Hello, fake sinners, and welcome to this week's meeting of the Sad Kids Record Society. I'm your host, Adam, and this week I'm listening to We Come Running by Youngblood Hawk.
And I'm your other host, Lilli, and I'm listening to Fuck Me Eyes by Ethel Cain.
But we'll tell you about that later. For now, let's drop the needle.
This is amazing. You are literally like my musical soulmate.
This is a bop.
Get us in there.
Oh, get us in here. That we're here. We're finally here. We're talking about stuff that we've actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Can't believe it. It's man. Wow. What a time. What a time to be alive. That's that's a different album. We'll maybe talk about that album some other time. God, every word is a reference.
Everything. It's all
every frame of painting, every word a reference.
Yeah, truly. There are no original words that can be said anymore.
No. So yeah, we're here and we're going to talk about the Black Parade. Our first official season. I didn't forget. I was just like really letting the moment soak.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The anticipation. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Black Parade. It's our first official season of Sad Kids Record Society. And that's just kind of crazy. That feels wild. That we're here.
It really does.
I'm wearing a My Chemical Romance shirt. A great shirt I got at a record store called Magnolia Thunder Pussy in Columbus, Ohio. And you're wearing a Tupac shirt for those not, which is thematically, on brand. Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why not? Did you have a lot of this is actually a nice little intro chat discussion because I'm realizing, did you ever have any band teas or music teas when you were younger? Like when you were in your teens, did your parents get you music merch?
Oh, I bought some. Yeah. I had a killer shirt from the tour that I went to. I had an Asking Alexandria t-shirt.
Why did you say it like that? And Asking Alex. Why did you say
because I was trying to sit here and think if I had multiple. No, it was just one. Okay. I had an Escape the Fate shirt that I wore until that bitch was tatters. I mean, I ended up with the cool guy I got in a fight you'd expect Spider-Man's outfit to be, and it was just a perfect chest spot, I just fought Green Goblin.
Sure.
And then, in adult life, I haven't bought a whole lot, mainly because I'm just stingy, I'm just cheap. I've got a Dropkick Murphy shirt was definitely the last band shirt that I bought.
Okay.
I think it's also not stingy because when I go to concerts, I just look at the line and I'm like, no.
Yeah. Which is a shame because I think a lot of the times that's how most bands make, especially smaller bands make their money. Is they sell the merch, and the merch is what gives them the most return. As far as I know from what I've heard from people, my friends that I know in the music that do music, is that merch is the biggest return because you don't really make any money off of streaming or much money off of streaming, and touring isn't what it used to be.
No,
because of our favorite monopoly, Ticketmaster. But yeah, I don't know. So when I was younger, I was I wouldn't say I was sheltered, but I was because I was aware of the world and I listened to music and I did all the things, but I was not allowed to do a lot of stuff. The fact that I went to as many Panic at the Disco concerts as I went to is a fucking miracle, if I'm being honest with you. but like I never was able to get merch because I never had money. And like my grandparents, my parents, like I was never given money to get stuff.
Right.
So I didn't start having like band tees and like merch until my adulthood.
Yeah.
And even then, like it was more of a practicality thing. And so I just never bought merch. And so now like periodically if I see like a shirt, like I have this My Chemical Romance shirt. I have another one. That is the cover of Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge as well. It's a black one with like the cover of the two people about to kiss on the cover. And I have a 21 Pilots shirt, but I just don't have a lot of merch. And I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. It was a part of my childhood that I just never tapped into.
So I think like the problem with band t-shirts with me for a while, aside from just how generally expensive they are at tours, which I understand, like, you know, like you said,
You're making money.
But like,
that's $50 for a t-shirt, as the prophet Macklemore once said.
But like, I didn't really always, for the longest time, just want to like walk into a Hot Topic and be like, I like that band, I want that shirt.
Yeah, that's fair.
For a while, it's just like, I need the experience, but then I'm also at the experience and I'm not going to pay for the shirt. So like, I just got in this Ouroboros of being a fucking idiot and then finally pulled my head out of my ass, at least on that regard.
Yeah, I was going to say like with respect to most things, no, but yeah, for that, maybe.
No, just that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of like a weird freedom you kind of have with like being able to choose and stuff like that. So I just like, if I see something that I really like, I'll be like, I could spend a little bit on that, you know, have a new shirt, you know, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so all this being said, this is one of my My Chemical Romance shirt that I have now. If you're on the YouTube, you can see the beautiful shirt. It might be a good time to sort of talk really quick before we get into like the meat of the episode and what we're going to be dealing with here. To kind of talk about the format again, like what the show is going to be and kind of like how it's going to be laid out. So the episode that we had last week, the Rolling Stone 250 list, is an episode type that we call a deep cut. Now, a deep cut is going to be a single episode about a topic that we're going to talk about for a whole episode, but not necessarily devote a season to. So that could be like extremely off-genre music. That could be an article like the 250 or a list or something like that. That could be a lot of different things. It could be like a movie soundtrack or something like that. And so that was our very first deep cut that we've done. The seasons, typically what it's going to be is that we're going to do a deep cut. We're going to take a week off. We're going to do the overview for our season, and then we're going to do the songs, the ranking, and then we're going to take another week and then another deep cut. And that's how the season structure is going to kind of be. We're just, because we want to just kind of like get into doing the cool things, we just decided not to do the week skip between these first two to kind of get some momentum going. Also worth noting, we were doing some mental calculations about how long it was going to take to get to certain albums. And we determined that the best course of action was to start doubling up songs again. So we're trying to do like the experimental thing where we give each song its own time to breathe, but there are going to be episodes where we talk about 2 songs in an episode again, just so that we can get through albums quicker. And so that we can get to albums that we want to do quicker as well. So that's kind of a thing.
Well, and I mean, like, I want to say that we're going to give everybody's favorites moments to shine. Yes, and like, I don't think that that's going to be always like what was on the Billboard top 500 shit kind of stuff, but it will be like my favorites and your favorites. And sadly, we'll probably miss somebody's favorites, but I'm sure somewhere along the lines that we'll get there. And if it's songs like 2 minutes, it's getting combined. I don't care how much you love it.
Yeah. And even for us too, like if like some of our favorite songs are like that short, they're going to get combined. That's kind of just how it's going to work. But yeah, but for this season, for example, like we're combining certain songs. We're giving like Welcome to the Black Parade its own episode, for example. Like the big songs that we know that we're going to have a lot of like detail and like talking about historical importance, whatever, they're going to have their own episode, and we're going to kind of break it up as best we can that way. It's going to be a little weird, but just we're going to dedicate section. It's going to be great. It's going to be cool. Don't worry about it. But we just wanted to tell you about that. So that all being said, season 1 officially begins now. We're covering the Black Parade. And we will talk about that more in just a little bit. Do you have anything else you'd like to talk about before we head on into our mail time segment?
No, I'm fucking excited for this era.
I'm really excited. I don't know if you listened to the episode yet from last week because you're a bad host, so probably not. But those little interstitials are pretty hype. So
hell yeah! All right, I've got to listen to it.
So let's throw it to the mail time.
Mail time.
Yes, I hate you. Welcome to Mail Time, where we're going to talk about some... Are you okay?
I love Mail Time. Mail Time sounds fun.
It does sound fun.
It's kind of like Blue's Clues, but like better.
Wow. Now imagine if you listen to the interstitial, the little transition song, you'd know specifically why I call it Mail Time. Wow. Funny how that works. Yeah, so we have 2 emails that we want to read, and the first one is from Danny, not Annie, it's Danny. It's our friend Danny. Hello, Danny. Danny says, hello again. It's the villain of the podcast, Danny, not Annie, it's Danny. I'm glad y'all are back. I can't wait to start going into deep dives of artists and their albums. I do, however, have a request. One artist that spans genres and has been making certified bangers since 1983, Weird Al Yankovic. Even if you talk about Canadian Idiot and Angry White Boy Polka, I feel like Weird Al is an iconic part of many generations' lives. His parodies are top-notch and even introduce people to songs they might not have heard before. If you don't cover him, then you both need to spend some time at Weenie Hut Jr.'s Ya Bubble Blowing Double Babies. I'll own that. Take me to fucking Weenie Hut Jr.'s all fucking day. I will own that. I don't know about you, but I'll own that. So happy you're back. Much love and villainy. Danny, not Annie. It's Danny. Thank you, Danny, for that email.
Well, I do love... All right. Yeah.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I do love Weird Al. I don't know if I have it in me to talk about Weird Al.
Why?
Only because I think a lot of Weird Al conversation, it would be so long because not only do we have to talk about Weird Al, but then we would have to like talk about the song that he's covering most of the time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that is the problem that you run into with Weird Al is that any conversations about, like you said, Weird Al does wind up being a conversation about the original song that he's parodying.
Yes.
Not that I dislike the idea of covering Weird Al. I think that's something that we can possibly explore for like the deep cut episodes. I don't know that we'd do a whole Weird Al season, but yeah, I think the deep cut episodes are perfect for something like Weird Al.
Yeah. Because I think like in deep cut format, we could get to choose exactly which ones we'd want to talk about and not.
Yeah. Because we can bring like our 3 favorites and then talk about like or whatever, something like that. So yeah, I think Weird Al is on the table. It's just a matter of how we talk about it, and I want to make sure that we're talking about it in a way that like makes sense for us and isn't like a weird cyclical Ouroboros monster of content, So
yeah.
We'll figure it out. We will. That request is a request that will be granted. It's just a matter of how we do it. So stay tuned. But thank you, Danny. We also have an email from the child. It's Lotus. So a few months ago, Lotus says, hello there, it's the child. So a few months ago, I started making a Google sheet with all my reactions, but then school got evil. So I stopped and forgot about it. Oops. Anyway, here's all I did. Oh, okay. This is interesting. So it's the top. It's the 27 songs from the top 27 of the 250th list.
Oh shit!
And whether they have heard it before, does it belong on the list, and whether it should go up or down. I do kind of want to read through this. So
absolutely.
I'm looking. There's a lot of like yeah, yes, yep. Lotus, the fact that you don't know Untitled by D'Angelo is insane.
That's purely child behavior.
That's the only reason why the Bye song exists at all in the first place is because of D'Angelo. We even talked about that on the episode. That's
yes,
crazy.
We did.
You should get educated on that one. I will tell you this. This is very funny. So let's see. Lots of yes. D'Angelo, I don't know this song. They tried to do a little fake out on Pink Pony Club. Does it belong on this list? It might be controversial, but no. I'm kidding. Absolutely. Thank you, child.
Thank you.
Essence by WizKid, IDK the song. That one I will sit there and agree with. Yeah, it's a bop low key for Someone Like You by Adele. Bad Guy, maybe. Billy is yes, but maybe not this song. Hotline Bling, no. We Belong Together, maybe. Lots of yeses. Toxic by Britney Spears is a big yes. They think it should be up, should be top 5. They think Lady Gaga, Bad Romance should be probably higher. Mr. Brightside by The Killers at 26, very emphatically higher. I do agree with that. I think Mr. Brightside should have been in the top 10.
Yeah,
quite frankly.
Yeah,
at least. Dancing on My Own was a song they'd never heard before by Robin. N.A. on Does It Belong on the List. All Too Well by Taylor Swift. Does it belong on the list? Sigh, yes. Crazy in Love, absolutely. Language. White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, See Above. Maps by the Yeah Yeahs is yeah. Get Your Freak On by Missy Elliott, well, yes. Doesn't belong on the list. I'd be curious where you think that Maps should be. I still don't think Maps should be number 2. It's a great song, but I don't know that it needs to be number 2. But anyway, that's kind of a little like look into Lotus's list. They continue. Okay, and now some thoughts. All Too Well should be the top Taylor Swift song, and I hate that I'm saying this, but like that is a good song. Sorry. That's simply incorrect, but okay. Nothing from Songs About Jane or any Maroon 5 is low-key kind of crazy, and so is No Red Hot Chili Peppers and 21 Pilots, of course. I honestly don't think that any song other than something from Songs About Jane should be on the list, but I do think that there's a missed spot in there for that album. Red Hot Chili Peppers as well. We could talk about Anthony Kiedis and like that band as much as we want to, but like those songs, if we're gonna let Kanye West on the list, we can let Red Hot Chili Peppers on the list, and I think at least one of those songs deserves to be on the list. And 21 Pilots.
Yeah, that's a slippery slope though.
I know it's a slippery slope, but it's just like there's a bunch of songs on that list that should not be on that list.
Right.
Like here's the thing. Like if Drops of Jupiter by Train is going to be number 250, there's at least 10 songs in my head right now that should go on that list at 250 ahead of Drops of Jupiter.
Absolutely.
That's just me. I know it's a slippery slope, but that's all I'm saying.
Right.
But also, like, why is there only one Ed Sheeran song? Like, IDK, I feel like there should be more. This is coming from somebody who dislikes most of his music BT dubs. Yeah. I can't remember what Ed Sheeran song should be on there, but I feel like A-Team probably should have been on there.
18. I'm surprised, like, Shape of You wouldn't have been there.
Shape of You. A-Team, not 18.
No, sorry. Yes.
Yeah. So happy that Roller Skate Skinny by the Old 97s made this list because I fucking love that song and the whole album. Yay. And First Day of My Life by Bright Eyes because that song was on a CD my dad made me as a child and I listened to it so much. Yay. Yeah, this list gets like a 4 out of 10 in my book, TBH. There are a lot of problems, LOL. Missy Elliott should be number 1, though, 1,000%. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Also, big fan of the Mail Time song Peak. All the songs, TBH. Alessio, you are the GOAT, and I don't even know you. Yeah. Also, Jas agreed. Adam and Lilli, you should talk about Dallin projects, please, please, please. Lilli, please get into Blackpink, please. You've used up your goodwill on this one. I'm not reading it. It's not what we're about anymore. Lotus, thank you. BTW Muse tickets are like $66 for Lawn. Lawn is peak at the venue they were playing at in Michigan, and also I love Lawn seats, such a vibe, which isn't bad. So low key might be going. Honestly, if the Lawn seats are good, 66 isn't bad for a Muse show. If you have that to spare, then maybe.
I mean, yeah, it's better than I would have thought.
Yeah, honestly,
much better.
IDK, if y'all know this, but Origin of Symmetry is in my top 5 albums of all time. Weird fun fact, I guess. IDK, okay, I Leave Now by Lotus. Thank you, Lotus. That is interesting. I like Origin Symmetry. I think that Knights of Sidonia is like one of my favorite songs. Like, it's such a great song. I don't know, like top 10, but like I know that's not where it's from, but like I just think about Knights of Sidonia. Do you know officially the official version of Knights of Sidonia's music video, the highest quality version that exists of it on the Muse official channel is 240p?
That's not a surprise to me, and it's going to stay that way forevermore.
Yeah, I know, but it was just published so long ago,
right? It's probably one of the lowest on YouTube at this point anymore.
Yeah, I would think so. Well, so when did Knights of Sidonia? 2006. Listen, this year is the 20th anniversary of Black Holes and Revelations. All right, 3rd of July, 2006. So you never know; they could do a remaster.
Yeah,
that's cope, but
I mean,
whatever. Anyway, thank you to our friends who sent us letters for the Mail Time segment this week. We appreciate you. If you want to send us an email, you can email us at There was a late write-in from.
I about did it, but that's the old podcast. We can't do that anymore. Little bitch. Right.
Elliot Holmes. Yeah. Little bitch.
Lilli, I love you. However, fuck you. Wagon Wheel is a national treasure.
Wagon Wheel fucking blows chunks, and you can kiss my goddamn ass. Fuck
and then,
that song.
Just to make everybody feel better, I gotta fuck you because he said then, I wish there was an 80-minute version of Mirrors.
God. Elliot's so funny because like and it's interesting because like he'll say something and he'll like a thing that I like a lot. So it's like K-pop Demon Hunters, fucking Pokemon Pokopia, all these other things, blah, blah, blah. And we'll just really, really agree. But then like the things that we disagree on, we really disagree on.
Yes.
That contrast is so fucking funny. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So if you want to send us a letter, and you know, no, thank you, Elliot Holmes, little bitch. Email us at thediscopod@gmail.com. That's where you can send us an email if you want to send us to us that way, because we know social media is not for everybody. You can also comment on any of the podcast platforms that we have that allow that. And you can also send us a message on Instagram. Sad Kids Record Society on Instagram is our channel. You can send us a message there if you would so choose to do so. That's a great way to get in touch with us. Or if you're Elliot, you can just fucking send us a text, I guess. We're trapped in that cycle for the rest of our lives.
Yes.
So there's that. Yeah. Review the podcast too, if you so could be so kind. That's going to be, would you kindly review the podcast? That's going to be a really big help to get us out there in views. So any platform that you listen to that has reviews, please review the podcast. That's going to be great. And tell friends to listen to it. And I saw Lotus posting notes and stories about the return today. Yes. So thank you. And yesterday. So thank you for that, Lotus. But yeah, tell
Do
people.
You ever really want to know the age range of this podcast? Because I'm more scared than ever with Lotus being our banner horde for this.
I find that we have a lot of teens that follow our Instagram account.
Yes.
And then if I go like, why is this child following our Instagram account? And then I find that accounts in common is Lotus. So I don't want to talk about it. I think we determined also that like this kind of music like is going to appeal generally to a more younger demographic, generally speaking. So it's not a surprise, but here we are.
No, I mean, it's music, right? Like I listen to the Get Played podcast that I'm not going to like talk in length about, but like they did a big press junket to episode for the Super Mario Galaxy movie. And I guess a bunch of people like from a bunch of different press companies had been there. But like this is a podcast about video games by comedians. So like they don't get those numbers. But then I guess when that podcast came out, like they climbed to whatever podcast chaser that it was, you know, whatever they had on the RSS feed.
Podcast chaser.
They had got all the way to number 1 in Leisure for that episode alone. And it's like hilarious too, because they say some fucking heinous shit with the cast there. Like not offensive, but it would be like if you were to allow me to be in a room and interview the cast of this movie, of any movie, really. Sure. It's just off the cuff shit.
Good Lord. Yeah. So demographic speed, Dan, we're going to keep on trucking along with the podcast. Thank you everybody for continuing to listen. Should we just get right into the meat of the episode?
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Nathan quoted as saying emo is a pile of shit.
Oh shit, yes.
Why is that?
Well, emo as it is today, emo is basically a pair of jeans and a haircut.
Adam.
Hi.
The Black Parade is the third studio album by American rock band My Chemical Romance, first released on October 23rd, 2006 through Reprise Records. A concept album, it is centered on the story of a man suffering from terminal cancer known as The Patient. As he nears the end of his life... That was a end of the sentence, not a continuation. It has predominantly been considered an emo, alternative rock, pop punk, hard rock, and punk rock, and glam rock record. It was produced by the band alongside Rob Cavallo. So here we are. So we'll read some more details about Black Parade as we go. But I want to talk about the track list for a second. Can we go into the track list a little bit?
Yeah, fuck it. Jump it.
We're going to jump it. We're jumping the shark. So the album is 51 minutes and 53 seconds long. It starts with an intro track called The End that leads effortlessly, flawlessly into a song called Dead. Those are our first two tracks. What do we have after Dead, Adam?
After Dead is This Is How I Disappear.
And then we have The Sharpest Lives.
I like how dramatically you said that. Track number 5 being Welcome to the Black Parade.
Which I'd argue is perhaps one of, if not the most iconic emo songs of that era.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it's what's brought us here.
Yeah, quite frankly. It is also, I always feel like it always shows up earlier than I expect it to. Like I always feel like it's like a middle of the album kind of song, but it's number 5. It's like up there. It's ready to go.
How does it make you feel that a Welcome To titled song with the title of the album is like in it, and it's track 5?
I think that might have to do with the character's journey.
Sure.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Which is fine with me. But
it feels like when you're watching a movie and get a late title card, and you're like, oh shit, we're in it.
It just started. Holy shit. Or like when you're watching, I talked last week about the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
But like I'm a big anime fan, so like that was my spring back into this. But like finale seasons or like finale episodes of like certain seasons of anime, you'll just like you won't get the intro. You'll just go, and then like at the end of the episode, you'll get the title card, and it's like, whoa! And you'll just have watched an entire anime without realizing that it was almost over. Like it's like, I love that shit. After Welcome to the Black Parade, we have track number 6, I Don't Love You, which is what I say to Adam all the time.
Yeah, probably. Number 7 is House of Wolves.
We have number 8, pretty cheery, Cancer.
Yeah, it's my sign. Yeah. Number 9, Mama.
Did you know? I did not know this. Featuring...
No. I did not.
Liza Minnelli. I had no idea that was. Is that who sings the part towards the end of the song? And if you would call me your sweetheart.
Oh, it's got to be.
That would be my only thought.
I think one of these things that I have popped up does mention at least a Liza Minnelli thing, so it hopefully explains what it is.
We'll talk about that maybe when we get to Mama. After Mama, we have track number 10, Sleep.
Number 11.
Really quick, I love Sleep.
Just love Sleep in general.
Sleep, just generally speaking is what I mean.
Number 11, Teenagers. I don't love those.
Not necessarily. Number 12, Disenchanted. We should probably cool it on that. Most of our listeners are apparently teenagers. And they do, in fact, scare the shit out of me.
Get out of here, right?
Yeah.
All right, number 13, Famous Last Words.
And number 14 is Blood, a hidden track. God, I miss hidden tracks where it's just like you think the album's over and then it's just silence, and then suddenly. So Blood is a hidden track that we will be talking about on one of the episodes at some point. But that's the official album. I'll just rip through these. The Japanese edition has a song called Heaven Help Us, and the music video for Welcome to the Black Parade on it. And the iTunes deluxe edition has My Way Home is Through You, Kill All Your Friends, Heaven Help Us. And then it has the music videos for Black Parade, Teenagers, Famous Last Words, and a...
Did I break something?
Nope, that was me.
Okay. I was going to say there were sirens outside, but I didn't think that would come through.
No, that was me. Something weird happened on mine, but we're good. And I think it's a documentary. It's almost 40 minutes long, but it's a My Chemical Romance welcomes you to the Black Parade. And then in holy shit, I didn't even think about that. On July 20th, 2016, in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the album, My Chemical Romance announced the album reissued with a bonus disc featuring 11 previously unreleased demo tracks. The reissue, entitled The Black Parade, Living with Ghosts, was released on September 23rd, 2016. This year, 20 years. This year is 20 years. I didn't even consider that. That's insane.
No, that feels... God, why does this podcast always do great at reminding us how aged we are?
How old we are. Yeah, this is a 20-year-old album in October of this year.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
It's like the last podcast that we just did also, 20-year anniversary this year. Like, what the fuck?
Not happy about it. The singles from this album are Welcome to the Black Parade, Famous Last Words, I Don't Love You, and Teenagers. Released in that order. Black Parade was released in September, a month ahead of the album's release. Famous Last Words was January 22nd, 2007. I Don't Love You was April 2nd, 2007. So we just crossed over an anniversary or the release date of that. And then Teenagers was July 9th, 2007. So those are the singles for this album.
It also does feel interesting because like as much as this album period has lived with us forever at this point, for us, not some, but like it does feel like Teenagers has just kind of been a thing that has been in my life since I was a teenager, which feels weird to say, to like be through the like part of life where it was like, this was about me. I was one of these kids that scared the shit out of everybody. And now it's like, oh no, there's more of them. Yeah, they just kept coming.
Yeah, because like I would have been 14, I think, 14. I would have been 14 when Black Parade came out. So you would have been like 16, I think.
Yeah.
Goddamn. The other thing too is that like I always feel like when I listen to this album, I always forget about somehow I forget about Teenagers and Disenchanted. Oh. And so after Sleep, I just expect Famous Last Words, and there's still 2 more songs before Famous Last Words. And it's not I like both of those songs. It's not like I'm like mind holding them for no reason, but like it's just a weird like gap that my brain always has when I listen to it all the way through. But yeah.
I think like the only negative that I have for Teenagers anymore is that it got radioified.
Yeah, I guess so. The thing for me is that like I've never had any songs radioified. That's my thing is that like I didn't listen to the radio a ton. I just had my music that I could listen to. And so I just listened to music at my own pace.
Sure.
And I would see the video a lot on Kerrang! Because when this album came out, I was living in England and they had a whole Kerrang! Channel. So I would see like the music video for Black Parade and Teenagers and Famous Last Words a lot on Kerrang! But I never really got tired of it in the same way that I think a lot of people probably did. So
like I won't change it. I won't change it if I hear it on the radio, but I think if it's one of those things that just comes on randomly in a playlist, and if that playlist is going through like a very specific vibe or something, and then Teenagers comes on, and I'm like, bitch, don't kill my vibe for one. But it's like I hear you enough other places.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. It is. I think it's probably like it's like weirdly it is the most overplayed song I think from the album. Even though I would expect that to be Black Parade, I never get tired of Black Parade. As soon as I hear that fucking chord, I'm in all the way. Like,
well, and they probably play it a lot more in Kansas, where people generally don't like people having ideas. So they need you to know that you will be oppressed sooner or later. And we're going to teach you young that you scared the shit out of us. You should stop it. I get that this is your anthem, but you're going to stop it. And we're going to do reverse psychology and play this song continuously until you learn the message that we're afraid of you.
We're going to make rebellion uncool, bitch. So that's kind of this. So I don't want to like start spoiling the ranking because like if you haven't listened to our podcast before, if you never listened to Adam and Lilli at the Disco and you're kind of just joining us, basically our big end of season hullabaloo is, so we have the overview episode where we talk about the whole album and like facts about the album and like the details and charts and whatever. And then we talk about the songs individually, and then our big end of season celebration is going to be us. What the fuck is happening?
What the fuck happened?
I don't know.
It's still recording.
Yeah, I know it's still recording. You can still hear me, right? It's not storming. It's the internet's being weird, I guess. I don't know. Okay, we'll just keep going.
Blackout on the podcast.
Yeah, for real. Lots of they don't want us to talk about it. The powers that be. The war has started. Don't talk. But yeah, so the end of season celebration is that we go through and we rank all of the songs on the album and determine like what our favorite songs are, blah, blah, blah. We kind of go through the whole thing. We have like a whole preamble about edging when we do match song. It's a thing. You'll get it when we get there. If you don't know, if you don't know, you'll know. Okay. But yeah, so I'm looking at this list, and not to spoil it too bad, I don't want to like say out loud, I don't think, and again, I really love the song. It'll probably be high up there. I don't think Black Parade is going to be my number one.
I know it's not mine.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's going to be as spoiler as we get through it.
No, I think a lot of people might expect it to be because of how iconic it is. And it is iconic, and it is an amazing song. But I just I'm looking at this list and I'm staring daggers into one specific song that I will not reveal. And I'm like, that's my number one.
Yeah.
Whether Black Parade is number two or lower, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I know it's not my number one. So it's going to be, I'm really curious how this shakes out. I think the end is beefy enough of an intro to be its own ranked song.
Sure.
As opposed to other intros that we have skipped in the past.
Right. Yeah.
It's Blood also as a hidden track is an interesting one that we'll have to kind of throw in. It's a very, very, looking at this list, it's going to be a very interesting time when we rank it.
Well, and like you said, I don't want to belabor the point because we obviously are going to have an episode about the song. But Welcome to the Black Parade. Like you said, it's iconic, but it's one of the most inventive songs of this genre in the era that it came out, and probably still holds the crown in several ways. That still does not mean that it's going to be number one. As for all the respect and love that I can give it and appreciation.
Yeah.
Spots reserved.
I think a really interesting discussion to have is they have this discussion, they have the discussion about the big three in rap and all this other stuff and the Holy Trinity. I think a good deep cut episode to have is what and I kind of talked about it last episode, what I consider mine, but really breaking down what would you consider the Holy Trinity of emo music for that era? Bands.
Sure.
And I think My Chem is probably pretty squarely on that list, but talking about the other ones that belong on there. And then what would you consider the Holy Trinity songs? There's one song from that band. And so if we're looking at that discussion, I would very much argue that My Chem is one of the Holy Trinity, and Black Parade is their Holy Trinity song representation from that era. Right. That would be my argument there.
Agreed.
The other two, we'll talk about it when we get there, but I think that could be a fun little,
I like it. I think the bands that you named last week, the one that I famously forgotten, it does make sense. And I think stacking them against each other in a way, and then stacking their own songs against each other would be a great exercise for some time.
Yeah, I agree. I think I would like to do that.
I've just noticed my party lights are on.
Oh, you got to turn the party lights on.
The people need the
gotta have the party.
Watching.
The people need the party lights.
Oh, it just started right on it. How fucking nice is that?
There he is. Also worth noting too. So the track list also indicates all tracks written by Gerard Way, Mikey Way, Ray Toro, Frank Yarrow, and Bob Breyer. Bob, I think everybody knows, but Bob passed away a little, I think about a year and a half ago at this point. We're getting close to a year and a half. I think it was November that it happened. Very sad. He, for all intents and purposes, he was kind of alone for the last bit of his life. Lots of problematic shit that he said and did, and I think he alienated a lot of people on the way out. But it's worth. I think it would be hard pressed for us to talk about Black Parade without talking about all of the members of the band that were part of it during that era, and Bob was their drummer. And to be quite fair, Bob, excellent drummer for all accounts, excellent drummer. So there's our crew. there for the writers and the personnel. We'll get to the addition of musicians. I want to jump back up to the top and kind of read more background. So we've got, they worked on the album starting in April through August of 2006. They were coming off a pretty successful 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, their previous album. And they were trying to kind of like really hammer in like a step up in performance from that album, much more theatrical. That's why it became a concept album. They wanted to do something a little bit experimental. It was written and recorded mostly while the band secluded themselves within the Paramore mansion, not the band Paramore with a U, which is the Canfield Moreno estate in Silver Lake, Los Angeles. It was designated a Los Angeles Historic Cultural Monument in 1988. It was originally known as the Crest Mount, also called the Paramore Estate. Let's see here. The mansion is a 22,000 square foot Mediterranean revival mansion on 4.5 acres, designed by architect Robert D. Farquhar and built in 1923. This is pre-World War II build kind of type shit.
Are you saying this is before the towers fell?
Yes.
Okay.
Which I would like to get into my cyclical nature of how My Chemical Romance, and it's a whole thing. I've got a story. You know exactly what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that. That's going to be like a little fun thing before we jump out of this section, I think. It was commissioned by Daisy Canfield, daughter of pioneer oilman Charles A. Canfield, when she was married with J. Morris Danziger, the then vice president of Mexico Petroleum Company. When Daisy Canfield remarried with silent film star Antonio Moreno, it was a scene for lavish Sunday afternoon parties for members of high society and silent screen notables. February, let's see, there's some more details about, there's murder in there? Oh, there's murder in there.
Murder who?
In 1929, the estate... Murder too! Oh, no, I don't know. The estate was deeded to the Chloe P. Canfield Memorial Home for Girls by Daisy Canfield and her 3 sisters, Florence, Eileen, and Caroline, wife of first Beverly Hills Mayor Silsby Spalding. What a fucking family. The school, named for Daisy's mother, who was murdered by her former coachman in 1906, was a stipulation of Charles A. Canfield's will. On February 23rd, 1933, Daisy Canfield died of injuries she sustained in a car crash. Her chauffeur-driven car plunged off of Mulholland Drive while en route home from a party.
What is this, crossover episode?
That black magic, man. It'll do you in. In 1953, the Archdiocese of Los Angeles bought the estate and turned it into the Immaculate Conception Home for Girls. In 1988, the estate was designated...
What?
Yeah, it was the Immaculate Conception Home for Girls. So an orphanage, I guess, for young girls.
I guess.
Named after the Immaculate Conception. That's weird.
That's
bizarre.
Weird.
In 1988, the estate was designated Los Angeles Historical Cultural Monument number 391. In 1998, the property was sold for that's way less than it actually is, $2.25 million to restaurant owner Dana Hollister, who named it the Paramore Estate, again, Paramour, and turned it into a boutique hotel. Dana Hollister and Ken Folk formed a partnership on the property in 2023. Lots of stuff there. Okay. It was used at the fictional Hillcrest Academy in Halloween H2O 20 years later. Great. The finale of Scream 3 was filmed there. The band Shivaree? Should I know who that is? Is that part of our wheelhouse?
Sugar Ray?
No. Shivaree.
Oh.
Not Sugar Yay.
Not Sugar Ray.
Shivaree, Sugar Gay, gotcha. Was an Americana and alternative country band. Okay, so this is, I don't feel bad for not necessarily knowing. But they performed and recorded their song Goodnight Moon in the drained out pool of the estate. Throughout the early 2000s and 2010s, the property was used in a multitude of different reality television series, including From G's to Gents, Love Games 2, Rock of Love, Charm School with Ricky Lake, Rockstar INXS, Rockstar Supernova, and The X Effect. In 2004, Britney Spears shot the music video for her cover of Bobby Brown's My Prerogative at the Paramore Mansion. In 2000... Crypt Keeper's out here interrupting the podcast with gay kisses. In 2006, so back on the My Chemical Romance article, due to their seclusion from the outside world during the album's production, the band members, particularly bassist Mikey Way, faced mental health issues that hindered the production of the album and influenced the creation of several songs. So I will read this section here in a second. I will also add the estate was used as the filming location for the music video Sophia Carlson's song "Glowing Up," which was featured in the 2021 Netflix film My Little Pony: A New Generation. To detail the My Chemical Romance, 2006, MCR lived in the mansion while writing their third album, The Black Parade. Frontman and lyricist Gerard Way suffered from night terrors while staying there. Sleep. These terrors feels like someone's gripping my throat and squeezing. That's which he recorded his accounts of and used in the track Sleep on the album. The band claims they experienced paranormal activity in the mansion. Bassist Mikey Way was so negatively affected by the atmosphere that he experienced a mental health crisis, eventually moving out to seek treatment. That's insane. I did not know any of that. This mansion's haunted as fuck. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see. Back to this. It received generally favorable reviews from critics. So I want to go back to critical receptions. Uh-oh. Are you okay? What was that about?
Sorry, you know those moments where it's like everything sounds a little bit louder after a door's been shut, so you just have to kind of go and...
Gotcha. Okay. The album was received generally favorable reviews from critics, so we'll jump down to critical reception for a second. The Black Parade has received critical acclaim. At Metacritic, which assigns a normalized rating out of 100 views from mainstream critics, the album received an average score of 79 based on 24 professional critic reviews, which indicates a generally favorable review. AllMusic gave it 5 stars. Entertainment Weekly gave it an A-. The Guardian gave it 4 stars out of 5. The Los Angeles Times gave it 4 stars out of 4, I guess. Music OMH gave it 5 stars. NME gave it 9 out of 10. Rolling Stone gave it 4 out of 5. Spin gave it 4 out of 5. Sputnik Music gave it 4.5 out of 5. And Uncut gave it 4 out of 5. So pretty good reviews. Yeah. Dan Martin from NME compared the album to Green Day's American Idiot, positing that it is a piece of work that will challenge every preconception you ever had about the people who made it. Tim Caron of Alternative Press called the Black Parade MCR's whole raison d'etre. I don't know how to say that word. Raison d'etre. It's a French thing. It's whatever. Raison d'etre rolled up into one mega decibel calling card. IGN reviewed it. IGN's Ed Thompson wrote, "The Black Parade is a rock and roll gem that celebrates everything that was over the top about 1970s rock scene." David Frick of Rolling Stone praised the classic rock feel of the album. Entertainment Weekly stated that on their third studio album, a musical H-bomb of an effort. I don't know that we should be talking about H-bombs right now.
Right on.
Of an effort, the Jersey Quintet combined the rock opera pomp of Queen with the darker, dirtier tones of their screamo past. Call it Brohemian Rhapsody.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
God damn it, Entertainment Weekly. Even without its broad concept, a dying cancer patient seeks revenge and redemption. Parade stands as one of the most cohesive, engaging rock records of 2006. Robert Christgau gave the album a 2-star honorable mention, saying, "In Prague, a good sense of humor means so much." Huh?
What the fuck?
I do not know.
Are they mad that they didn't start telling jokes?
I guess. I don't know. The Observer gave the album a 1-star review, saying it reeks of a band with ideas above its station. That's crazy. Wow. Theon Weber of Stylus praised the album's use of Queen influences, but went on to summarize the album as, quote, a goofy record of bubblegum punk with Queen lapping at its edges and enough good tracks to justify the smattering of empty scream fests. That's fucking wild.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Well, if they were mad at bands covering Queen in 2006 or attempting to be, imagine where they would have been in 2022.
Holy shit. Would have had a fucking field day in 2022.
It still fucking flabbergasts me that IGN used to do music reviews.
Other media? Yeah, music. Yeah. They did movies too. For a while there.
Well, they still do movies.
Do they?
But,
okay, yeah.
Music, though. I don't remember the last time I saw anything music related on IGN. Yeah, probably 2006.
2006, yeah, honestly.
My old ass hopefully about said 2016, but it's not that.
It's not. That was 10 years ago, Adam. 2016 was a fucking decade ago.
I tried to justify to myself.
Harambe's been dead for 10 years, Adam. That's fucking crazy.
I tried to justify to myself yesterday that a kid from 1999 surely today would have been like 18 or something like that. Like, I know the math doesn't math, but it's like they're like 18. They're like a kid still. Meanwhile, forgetting that, Aurora, who was born in 2008, is an 18-year-old. So I really felt sad for a little bit.
That fucking sucks.
Yeah, right?
That fucking sucks. Actually, that fucking sucks. Holy shit. Oh my God. What are we doing?
I don't know.
It's been in September will have been the 25th anniversary of September 11th, which is shockingly relevant to what we're going to be talking about here in a little bit at the end of this section. But that also means that the kids that were born before 9/11 are also 25 years old, or born after 9/11 are also going to be 25 this year, I should say. And the kids that were born in 2001. By the end of 2001, all of the people that were born in 2001 will be 25, much like September 11th. That's insane. Insane.
Yes.
Oh. Black Parade also got a lot of accolades as far as like acclaim. Kerrang named it number 2 on its 50 best rock albums of the 2000s. NME gave it number 10 in its top 50 albums of 2006. Q Magazine's Recordings of the Year, it was 32. Rock Sound also gave it number 6 in its top 75 albums of the year, and 2000 or number 1 in the 250 greatest albums of our lifetime in 2019. Rock Sound at that. Rolling Stone, number 20 on the 50 best albums of 2006, and number 361 on the 500 greatest albums of all time, which not bad when we consider that was all time and they did that list in 2020. That might be a fun one to go look back on too for a deep cut sometime. Spin Magazine gave it number 5, top 40 best albums 2006, and The Village Voice, to any passing fad, gave it the Paz and Jop 2006's top 25 albums, number 17. It was on that list. So lots of really, really pretty high praise, aside from that one guy who called it a band with ideas right above its station. That's crazy. The Observer.
Fuck that guy.
Fuck the Observer.
Where's the MTV and the James Montgomery representation?
Yeah, where's James Montgomery?
This was peak James Montgomery time.
Where's James Montgomery? Can we talk about James Montgomery? There are so many fucking charts for this album. It's insane, right? Yeah. It's like number 2, number 3. I'm just gonna go through a couple of my favorites here. Some of our hits. Aria for Australia, it peaked at number 3. The Ultrapop Flanders in Belgium gave it a 33, but the Ultrapop Wallonia gave it a 91. So Wallonia, again, hater ass attitude Wallonia.
Yes.
That being said, Ultrapop Flanders did put it on 15 for best Belgian alternative albums. As peaked at
hell yeah.
The Canadian Billboard, it peaked at number 2. I thought that said something completely different. Danish albums hit listen. You can imagine my surprise.
Yeah, it kind of.
It peaked at 29. Let's see. The European Billboard, it peaked at number 4. The Finnish album, Suomen virallinen lista, peaked at number 11. Snap in France peaked at 69.
Nice.
The Official Top 100 in Germany peaked at number 11. The IFP in Greece, 42. The Irish albums Irma peaked at 5. The Fimi Italian albums peaked at 20. Oricon Japanese albums peaked at 10. All
right, now I've got to know.
What do you got?
I know what an otaku is. Is like Ori going to be an auditory thing for Japan?
Probably. Let's see. What does Oricon mean?
There's no way to know.
What does Oricon mean? And then the completion was Bible. That was not in the Bible.
No.
Oricon is short for Original Confidence, Inc. It's a standard Japanese music industry chart that ranks physical CDs, singles, albums, DVDs, books, and manga based on sales data, known as the Billboard of Japan. So it's Original Confidence, Inc. is Oricon. Our first number 1 on this list is the RMNZ in New Zealand. The VG Lista in Norway is number 11. OCC for Scotland is 3.
You know with OCC?
Yeah, you know, mate. That's not even a Scottish accent. What are we doing here?
It's, Statham's obviously Scottish, I guess.
Obviously. Yeah. I love this. Can I just say I love the Scottish accent? I wish Scottish people were real.
Where have they gone?
Where have they just never existed. They're fantasy creatures. The Swedish album Sverlig Topplistan peaked at number 4 in Switzerland. The Swiss album Sveiza Hit Parade. They're back.
Hell yeah.
Peaked at 18. UK OCC was number 2.
Oh, now it's the OCC.
Now you know me. The UK rock and metal albums, also OCC. Peaked at number 1. The US Billboard 200 peaked at number 2. The Billboard US Indie Store album sales have peaked at number 1, and the US I wouldn't call it indie, but okay. And the US top rock albums for Billboard peaked at number 1. That was in 2006, 2007. In 2018, it just kind of peaked on the Gaon South Korea International Albums of 58 in 2018 for some reason. 2020, AFP, it peaked at 44. That's Portugal. And the U.S. top alternative albums for Billboard, it peaked at number 6 in 2020. Damn. Yeah. The IFP for in weekly in 2022 peaked at 26 in Greece. Let's see. And then end of year charts. 2006, Aria in Australia ended at 60. Mexican Top 100 Mexico ended at 80. UK OCC, yeah, you know me, ended at 77. US Billboard 200 ended at 164. And the US top rock albums for Billboard ended at 24. Let's see. The 2007 year-end charts. That was 2006. This is 2007. Australia, Aria ended at 41. Some of those aren't too bad for it coming out in October, I will say.
No.
2007, though, Australia, Aria is 41. Oricon, Japan, that's not how you say that. Oricon in Japan is 61. RMNZ in New Zealand.
It's like I took over your body.
Stop fucking laughing. RMNZ ended at 27 in New Zealand. The Sverlig Topplistan in Sweden ended at 96. The UK albums, OCC, yeah, you know, ended at 61. The US Billboard 200. I can't believe we've fucking made a new tick out of that one. In 2007, ended at 51 on the US Billboard 200. So 164 to 51, pretty good over the course of the year. And then the U.S. top rock, it ended at 12 compared to 24 the year before. 2018 U.S. top rock, it ended up at 95. 2020 U.S. top alternative, it ended at 30. Top rock ended at 57. 2021 alternative is also for U.S. 29 and 41 for top rock. 2022 top rock and alternative at Billboard is 37. 2023 65, and 2025 48. So it's been charting pretty consistently over the years. It's pretty cool. Lots of certifications too.
Oh, we're certified as fuck.
Certified as fuck. The Capith in Argentina, gold with 20,000. The Aria in Australia, platinum with 70,000. The Music Canada, 4 times platinum with 400,000.
Damn.
Chile, gold with 7,500. Ireland's Irma, platinum, 15,000, I should say. So 20,000, 70,000, 400,000, 7,500, 15,000 for, okay. Italy's Fimi, and this is sales since 2009. So not even going back 2006. Maybe Fimi didn't exist back then. Gold, 25,000. Japan's RIAJ.
Oh, wow. They get a pass.
You're walking on thin ice, Japan. Platinum is 250,000. Mexico's Amprofon.
Amprofon.
That sounds like a fucking prescription drug. Gold was 50,000. The RMNZ in New Zealand, 3 times platinum with 45,000. United Kingdom's BPI, 3 times platinum with 900,000. The Europe's IFPI is platinum with 1 million. And in the United States, the RIAA, the RIAA, 4 times platinum with 4 million.
It's the only way we could do this. We had to re-sign your contract so you could do that more.
Gotta re-sign the contract. And I will happily talk about how shit the RIAA is. But for anybody that asks, let's see. My Chemical Romance released their second album, 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge, in 2004. A commercial and critical success that helped the band become one of the most popular emo acts of the time. After returning home from that album's promotional tour in late 2005, the band became worried about whether or not their success was a flash-in-the-pan moment that would solely amount to nothing more than revenge. They faced a lot of scrutiny, with many wishing the band to fail. The band also believed that their stardom greatly raised the expectation of their future work, with frontman Gerard Way concerned that the band's image would be permanently attached to that album and its themes that were fueled by the band's mental health. Which is great, considering that a lot of the songs on Black Parade were written after their struggles with mental health.
Right.
God, just a lot of mental health trapped in that can there, Chief. I just got to tell you, a lot of mental health issues fucking fueling that shit, my guy. When looking on where to begin their next album, the band started by reviewing and finalizing a series of demos they wrote in a makeshift studio while touring in 2005, which were part of a side project the band simply referred to as Revenge Part 2. These demos would go on to become Dead, Disenchanted, and I Don't Love You. Dead, in particular, was based on the scrutiny and criticism the band faced while touring and written as a statement on defying the expectations of their critics. The idea behind what inspired the creation of Dead would influence the band's ideas and concepts for their work when they went to the SIR studios in New York City to begin work on their third album in early 2006. Lots of details in the production and writing section here. Do you have any thoughts about that beyond the whole mental health problem that we've just been talking about?
I mean, I will definitely say that going into an album in the same year that you release the album is a bygone thing.
That it really is. I still remember, like, it's crazy that they wrote it throughout the spring and the summer and then released it in the fall.
Yeah, like that is insane. And had videos prepped. Like,
yeah,
they were just like, on their shit.
Well, because they wrote this album between April and August, and then they released Welcome to the Black Parade's music video in September. Or at least the single. I don't know if the music video, when was the music video for Black Parade released? We'll talk about that more in detail later. Well, actually, this is crazy. Welcome to the Black Parade was first played live on television on August 31st, 2006 at the MTV Video Music Awards.
Wow. Okay, so the music video came out on September 26th.
Yeah, but it was played live
in the UK, so it would have been the 27th for the US.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, they were. So the single was dropped in September 12th. Ooh, the single was released the day after September 11th. That's kind of funny.
Oh,
in a morbid kind of way. And then, oh God. Think about what the Black Parade represents and the fact that it was released the day after September 11th.
For anybody that's not watching, I am nodding my head here. Yes.
Yeah, he's nodding his head. Nod your head like this. I like
in the cast, real quick, we'll talk about the video with the song, but I like how in the cast is Lucas Haas, who is an actor and is in Inception and many other things. And then just the band, My Chemical Romance. But also separate from the band is Gerard Way and everybody else of the band.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's fucking weird, man.
Interesting.
We've got a whole fun fact to talk about now once we get to the episode, because I didn't realize that the director of this movie went on to make a specific movie. And dear listeners, please do me a favor. Don't go Google it. I know how tempted you are. Don't go Google it. I want my moment. Don't take it from me. There is a very oddly specific movie that is hilarious to me. This director went on and did. Oh my God. I'm excited now. I wasn't excited about the season at all before. I fucking hated the thought of the season. Fuck this
bullshit hours.
Oh my gosh.
Fuck this podcast.
I'm excited.
Fuck this album. Fuck the RIAA.
Who brought us here to do this?
Homst. Yes. So, when writing the material, band aimed to replicate the emotional rush that went into Revenge while also surpassing it in scale as much as possible. They wanted to create a classic, something passed on from generation to generation. That's certainly tracking, given how it keeps on charting every fucking year. While Revenge was largely an album composed of whatever each band member could individually come up with, they aimed to try and make their third album more coherent, with shared general themes and a storyline. Gerard would create a storyline centered around life and death, which would later evolve into one centered around a man dying of cancer, whilst death presents itself to him in the form of his fondest childhood memory, his father taking him to see a marching band while he was a child. From there, he created a plethora of characters that would exist within the album's world: Mother War, Fear and Regret, the soldiers, and the escape artist. The album would adopt this story, becoming a concept album. The album's working title was The Rise and Fall of My Chemical Romance, although its name was later changed into The Black Parade.
That's probably good.
Yeah, probably. The Rise and Fall of My Chemical Romance is a weird name for the album. Maybe wouldn't have been as catchy.
No.
Shortly after the band entered SIR Studios, they created an early version of songs that would become the end, which was originally known as Intro, Mama, and Teenagers.
Okay.
They went to Paramore Mansion in April 2006, got in contact with Rob Cavallo, I don't know how you pronounce his name, producer known for his works on albums from other artists like Green Day to help produce it. By the time the band, that's actually kind of crazy, by the time the band arrived at Paramore, only about a third of the record had been written. So they hadn't even finished writing it by the time they were like there recording it, so they had to write the rest of it. The mansion itself at the time of the album's production was noted by the musicians as being scary and uneasy to be in, with all the band members believing that the nature of the mansion bled into the sound of the music itself and left a significant impact on them all. Gerard in particular felt necessary to...
I don't think I like that.
Trigger warning for like the next
bit.
10 seconds. Gerard Way in particular felt a necessity to cut himself open in order to write good music and completely engulfed himself within the atmosphere of living in the Paramore. Yikes.
Now
so is that like figuratively? I'm thinking figuratively.
I'm thinking figuratively. I mean, like, this is kind of the album that you would really have to tear it out of yourself to do, but I just hope you weren't like physically.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
rough.
like, but and because, like, you know, our scars remind us that the past is real.
Fuck you.
So I tear myself open just to feel.
Jesus Christ. Let's just hope not.
Yes. Yeah, it's in quotes, so I'm thinking it means figuratively. I think we might have heard more about that over the last 20 years if that was a
Maybe
literal interpretation, but just, yeah. He also found that he would often struggle to sleep while living in the mansion due to night terrors. Bassist Mikey Way would also develop depression and alcoholism from the toll that living in the mansion left on him, particularly due to a lack of communication from the outside world.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, these guys fucking, you know, but you know what? Fucking Frank, Ray, and Bob, they're doing great. They were doing great. It's all sunshine and rainbows from those three.
Yeah, the brothers here. No way.
No, the brothers are doing real bad.
Yeah. Like, how do we go from, you know, a cabin in the middle of the woods or a mountain in the middle of the cabin, if you will,
Sure. Yeah,
to
to
this? Like, oh my gosh.
That's crazy. Shortly afterwards, the band would revisit a song concept that had originally sketched out in the earliest recording sessions. The Five of Us Are Dying is what it was called.
Fuck.
It was the hardest song that the band tried to make for the record, having to rewrite it several times and never being satisfied with the result. In the middle of the song's creation, Gerard would break up with his then girlfriend of 6 years, causing further distress during its production. It wasn't until Cavallo showed the band a short piano piece that he had written, which was then attached to the beginning of the song, that the band would realize what they wanted to do with it. It would later evolve into the album's centerpiece, Welcome to the Black Parade.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. A lot of the music was written for the album would end up being cut by its final release, including a scrapped, unknown cover song that was never recorded. Ooh. I can't even imagine what that could
Dancing
have
with
been.
Myself.
Dancing with Myself.
Naturally.
Fucking Scars by Papa Roach.
Was that out yet?
For the joke, sure.
I love factually incorrect jokes.
In 2016, Gerard Way stated that the Black Parade could have been and almost was a double album. One such example of a cut song was Kill All Your Friends, which Gerard Way would go on to regret not putting on the album. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, that makes sense with that title.
Yeah. Recording for the Black Parade would end by August 2006. The band would assist Cavallo with the final production of the album, while Chris Lord-Alge would mix the album, and Doug McKean would serve as its engineer. This feels like a good time to go down and like read the personnel.
This also feels like a great time to say that Scars by Papa Roach came out November 1st, 2004. So it could have been.
Could have been. Listen, Mikey Way, drunk and feeling down. He just wants to be not alone because that came out of seclusion. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. Alcoholism is a serious problem. So the personnel listed here, My Chemical Romance, is Bob Breyer on drums and percussion, Frank Yarrow on guitars and backing vocals, Ray Toro on guitars, backing vocals, and he played bass on Cancer, Gerard Way lead and backing vocals, and Mikey bass guitar, except on Cancer.
The fuck?
So what did Mikey? Maybe that was when Mikey left to seek treatment, was when they were recording Cancer, and he just wasn't there to record with them. That's. Additional musicians: David Campbell played string and horn, Rob Cavallo played acoustic piano, Cheech Yarrow. That's probably like his dad. Frank Yarrow Sr. Cheech is his nickname. That's What are you listening to? Or is that the train?
That was the train.
Okay. I was like,
it was the rapture. This episode is over.
It sounded like a guitar strumming. I was like, the fuck? Cheech Yarrow, additional percussion on. He played percussion on Welcome to the Black Parade. That rules. Linda Yarrow, Donald James, and Donna Lee Way. Additional vocals on Mama. Okay. Liza Minnelli, guest vocals on Mama as Mother War. Yep. Jamie Muhobarak, Hammond B3 organ synthesizer, and the Wurlitzer electronic piano, also acoustic piano on Blood.
All right.
Some of these names are incredible. Do you want to like,
I don't know. I mean, there's no like, Butch Walker.
But listen, okay, I'm going to start and we'll just alternate them, right? So Rob Cavallo, producer.
Damn. My Chemical Romance, producers.
Doug McKean, engineer.
Chris Steffen, recording engineer.
El Dorado. Jimmy Hoyson, assistant engineer, Capitol.
John Haroon, assistant engineer.
Chris Lord Alge, mixing.
Why do I keep thinking that's a name that we should recognize?
Chris
Keith Armstrong, assistant engineering.
Ted Jensen, mastering.
Did you just say because you said it?
What?
Lars Fox, additional Pro Tools.
What's happening? What are you doing?
What? Did I read the wrong name?
No, you didn't read the wrong. I'm just very confused by what your reaction is right now. Andrew,
I was stuck on Pro Tools, like DeWalt, additional DeWalt.
You fucking moron. Andrew Hans Buscher, guitar technician.
Tyler Dragness, guitar technician. Dragness is pretty good.
Dragness. Mike Sack Fasano, drum technician.
Oof. Chris Anthony, photography.
Matt Taylor, additional photography on limited edition, art direction and design.
Gerard Way, additional photography on limited edition, art direction.
Ray Toro, additional photography on limited edition.
Shit, me next. Put me on here as a photographer.
Yeah, I can do it.
Alan Wakayama, art direction.
Good for you. James Jean, illustrations. Not James Dean, James Jean. Chris Lord Alge is a mix engineer. Let's see. Worked at Unique Recording Studios in New York in the 1980s. Earned recognition for mixing James Brown's Gravity, the Rocky IV soundtrack, Prince's Batman soundtrack, Joe Cocker's Unchain My Heart, Shaka Khan's Destiny, Carly Simon's Coming Around Again, Tina Turner's Foreign Affair, remixes of Madonna's La Isla Bonita, the Rolling Stones' Too Much Blood, Bruce Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark, Cover Me, and Born in the USA. In 1989 through 1990, the brothers Chris and Jeff Lord Alge collaborated on the Oingo Boingo album, The Dark at the End of the Tunnel, with Jeff Lord Alge and Bill Jackson recording and Chris Lord Alge mixing. Continued to mix for Turner throughout the 90s, provided mixing service for Neil Diamond's Tennessee Moon, he mixed Green Day's Nimrod, mixing American Idiot and 21st Century Breakdown. He also did mixing for Billy Talent, Simple Plan, and My Chemical Romance. We know this. 2010s, he mixed on Celine Dion's Loved Me Back to Life, her first album after a 7-year hiatus, as well as Muse's The Second Law, a foray into more electronic textures. Okay, so he's done a lot of like really iconic shit. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of stuff there. Let's see. Black Parade has been considered emo, alternative rock, pop punk, hard rock, punk rock, glam rock, progressive rock, and post-hardcore. It features several influences from 1970s classic rock, pop, soft rock, arena rock, metal, and gothic rock. The album focuses on the aforementioned story of a man dying of cancer known as The Patient as he nears the end of his life and goes on a journey to the afterlife. Throughout his journey, the patient reflects on his life and the traumas that went along with it. Death itself is primarily presented to the patient in the form of his fondest childhood memory, a marching band that his father took him to see when he was young.
Yep. I can't wait for the tags on Genius. Now that you've done those, like I cannot wait.
I can't believe you've done this. The tags are going to be insane. English. Yeah, that's one of my favorite Genius tags. God, you want to know something funny? I haven't looked at Genius since the last time we covered a song.
No.
God. We can kind of like walk through the story. The album opens up with The End, a track that uses a heart rate monitor and follows the patient as he nears his death. The End then leads into the album's first proper full song, Dead, as the heart rate monitor and from the former Flatlines. Lyrically, Dead also follows the patient's impending death, but interprets his fate in a sarcastic, cheerful manner. Yeah, it does. Cheerful manner. The album then leads into This Is How I Disappear and The Sharpest Lives, two songs that are fairly similar. The former showcases a different way of discussing death, calling for one to drain all the blood and give the kids a show. Meanwhile, the latter is about the idea of living life without caring about the consequences of one's actions as the patient looks back on his messy youth. The album's centerpiece, Welcome to the Black Parade, focuses on the patient's childhood memory before his death. The song opens up a brief piano introduction, then later transitions into a grand-scale song that incorporates several aspects of various rock music subgenres. Following that song, I Don't Love You serves as the album's first power ballad, which is themes being self-explanatory. House of Wolves covers the patient as he experiences the afterlife and seemingly ends up in hell. Meanwhile, Cancer is where the character comes to terms with the titular disease and the effects it has left on his appearance and life. Mama is centered around the character of Mother War, who represents the patient's mother, while the patient begs for her forgiveness for his actions throughout his life. The song features Liza Minnelli, who acts on the behalf of Mother War. Following afterwards, right. Sleep marks a slower point in the album as the second power ballad. Teenagers is unique for the rest of the album in the sense that it is not related to the story of the patient at all, instead being based around Gerard Way's concerns about the youth being viewed by the government and society as meat. After that song, the album returns to the story of the patient with Disenchanted, the album's final power ballad that follows the patient as he finally nears his demise and amounts life to nothing more than a lifelong wait for a hospital stay in the process. The album closes with Famous Last Words, which instead of being a final track exclusively about death, is about making a promise to carry on and making the most of life while you're still alive. Good
so
shit.
This is a happy album, it sounds like?
Totes.
It's gonna be a fucking hunky-dory rainbow shining season that we have here.
Yeah. Also, every concept album deserves like one song that has nothing to do with the concept.
Yeah.
It's like how like Tyler Joseph's whole thing is that every time he writes an album, like he has to have one song there about Jenna or for Jenna that has nothing to do with like any of the story. Yeah. And I respect that. I respect that attitude. I think we should do it more. It was formally announced on July 31st, 2006, with the title Black Parade being revealed on August 25th alongside several details about the album, such as the song titles, and touring information. 6 days later, the band performed at the 2006 MTV Music Video Awards pre-show in New York and debuted Welcome to the Black Parade during their performance. The song was released for streaming 2 days later. On September 12th, the album's artwork and the full track list was revealed. The music video was released on September 28th. and October 21st, the band was the musical guest on Saturday Night Live, where they performed Welcome to the Black Parade and Cancer. Whew, great song to play on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I tell you that much. Black Parade was made available for streaming on October 19th and was released through Reprise on October 23rd in Europe, with the official release date as October 24th. The band played a record release show at Vintage Vinyl in the parking lot to celebrate this release on October 23rd. In Japan, the album was released on an enhanced CD and also contains the song Heaven Help Us and a music video for Welcome to the Black Parade. Supported by 4 singles, including the aforementioned song, the album's second single. We talked about this already. 2009, a compilation of B-sides from the album's singles was released titled The Black Parade, the B-side. Living with Ghosts, Black Parade came out September 23rd. Features the Black Parade alongside a second disc, Living with Ghosts. The second disc contains 11 demos and live tracks, many of which were for previously unreleased songs. It also contains an early version of Welcome to the Black Parade titled The Five of Us Are Dying, which was released on streaming services 2 months before the reissues released.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You got there.
I did. It's a lot of reading. Holy shit. So they had a world tour in 2007 through 2008. It was just called the Black Parade World Tour. Started February 22nd, 2007, ended May 9th, 2008. They were supported by Muse and Rise Against.
Wow, there you go, Lotus.
That would have been an insane tour to be on, to go see. They had a lot of tour dates. They went through, lots of United States stops, England, Wales, England, around the UK, around Europe, and then back to the United States. They did Canada, Europe again. It was a very long tour. It was a really fucking long tour. Yeah. They ended at Madison Square Garden on May 9th, which was pretty cool. Yeah. They had to cancel shows in Pittsburgh and Reading, Pennsylvania, because many of the band members got food poisoning and were hospitalized.
Damn.
And then in Orono, Maine, they had to cancel because Bob's wrist was injured while performing with Bon Jovi the night prior.
Hell yeah.
Interesting. So that was that one. And then they did the they then came back and are doing the Long Live the Black Parade tour, which started July of last year, 2025, and is now going until November of this year. And I will very likely not be able to see it even still.
No.
Cool shit. Maybe are they coming? Well, let me ask it. Let me ask me a question.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to be in Columbus after we move. That's so cool. Are they going to be going to Seattle at all again? No, of course not, because they did it on the first leg. So why would they be coming back to Seattle? Okay. Yeah. That's basically like that's the info. That's the skinny.
That's the deets.
How are you feeling? Are you excited? You ready for this fucking album, man?
I am fucking so excited.
Yeah. Let me pull this up really quick because let me see if I can find my I don't want there we go.
The sheer terror that was on your face at that moment.
I wouldn't call it terror.
It didn't necessarily feel like confusion, almost bewilderment.
Maybe bewilderment, yes. So just to kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at here as far as like the breakdown, we've got the overview. That's this episode. Next episode is going to be us covering The End and Dead. Then we're going to do This Is How I Disappear and The Sharpest Lives. Welcome to the Black Parade. I Don't Love You. Then we're going to do House of Wolves and Cancer. Then we're going to do Mama and Sleep. Then we're going to do Teenagers and Disenchanted. Then we're going to do Famous Last Words and Blood. And then we're going to do the ranking. And we're going to take our first week break after we do the ranking. So that's going to be kind of what the season looks like. Adam.
Hi.
Before we move on to the sound system, can I talk to you a little bit about how 9/11 is the reason why Ellen isn't on TV anymore?
Hell yeah.
It's a big whole connection. So I've got it kind of written down here. Because there's a lot of details and it kind of like is a butterfly effect, domino effect thing.
Yeah.
So the user Shiny Gonzo in the subreddit explained the joke 2 years ago. Explained this joke. Gerard Way, the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, witnessed 9/11 firsthand and says it changed his perspective on life, eventually leading to him starting the band. The author who wrote Twilight, Stephanie Meyer, they say they don't know her name, but that's her name, claims MCR was her favorite band and inspired her to write Twilight. So I'm pretty sure like the whole thing with that is that Edward was like supposed to be like based on Gerard.
I guess.
Bella was supposed to be based on her. Like it was like a self insert, and then she turned it into Twilight. 50 Shades of Grey was originally a Twilight fan fiction that ended up being turned into the book 50 Shades of Grey, that then turned into a movie starring Dakota Johnson, jump-starting her fame. Dakota Johnson later appeared on The Ellen Show, in which Ellen tried to put Dakota on the spot for not inviting her to her birthday party. Dakota, which iconic moment, whether or not Dakota Johnson, I could take her or leave her, but like that was iconic. Dakota replied that she did in fact invite her and was rudely ignored despite being pressured into inviting her in the first place. This started a chain reaction of other celebrities and people in the industry telling their stories of how Ellen is a rude person. Oof. And that's how Gerard, that's how I should say 9/11 caused Ellen to be taken off television.
That's so
what a
good.
fun series of events. What a fun series of happenstances. If you have any facts about the Black Parade, the album as a whole, not specific songs, but the album as a whole, that we missed or you want us to talk about that maybe we don't know, like I didn't know Liza Minnelli was on Mama. I found that out here. If you have thoughts or anything like that, please send us an email at thediscopod@gmail.com. We will talk about them as the season progresses and as we get them, or comment on one of the episodes, or Instagram, Sad Kids Record Society on Instagram, whatever floats your boat. Adam, should we talk about some music?
Let's do that.
Isn't My Chemical Romance?
Let's do that.
Let's run over to the sound system. So, since you introduced the podcast, I will start with my sound system.
Yeah, your fuck me eyes.
Not my fuck me eyes.
That's good.
Ethel Cain's fuck me eyes. I've been listening to this album for since it came out, but
nice.
There is a specific reason why I'm back on my bullshit with it, and I will talk about that momentarily. The precursor to this, and maybe you even know about this, but the precursor is that Ethel Cain is a fucking icon. So last year, Ethel released this album called Perverts at the beginning of 2025. Nice. And she released this in 2022, released this album called Preacher's Daughter, which was kind of like, it wasn't like specific like pop. It was very much like lots of like religious and family trauma, and it's based on it's a concept album. Like it's this character in this town, the preacher's daughter, and like all this other stuff happens in that album. Very good album. And then at the beginning of 2025, she released Perverts, and Perverts was fucking weird. And it felt like a way for her to kind of be like, fuck you, I do what I want, almost. Right. Then comes literally the same year, but like 8 months after, I want to say, I think it came out in September or October. No, maybe even like early. It was August, I think. It came out like in the end of summer. Sure. She releases Willoughby Tucker, I'll Always Love You. And it kind of like flips back to the story from Preacher's Daughter. And so really, really great album. But one of my favorite songs off of that album is Fuck Me Eyes, which is this really like synthy kind of like ballad about like this girl who like gets all done up, and like she has like her nails are red, or heartbreak red, Because I think what is the line? Her nails are heartbreak red because she's a bad motherfucker or something like that. And then it kind of gets like really dark. And there's like lines in there. It's like they say she looks just like her mama before the drugs, and like, and she just laughs and says, "I know she taught me well." Things like that. Really, really great song. The album as a whole is excellent. But I think "Fuck Me Eyes" is one of my favorites off of that album.
All right. Sounds like a fucking interesting ass album, that's for sure.
It's really good. If you haven't listened to Ethel Cain, again, Ethel Cain, and part of the story here, Ethel Cain is a trans woman, and again, icon, love her. So if you haven't listened to Ethel Cain, you owe it to yourself to give Ethel Cain's music a listen, especially Preacher's Daughter and Willoughby Tucker. Pervert, I like perverts, but also like I'm into so many like I don't like perverts. I like the album Perverts. But I'm into like a bunch of like weird different shit. Now, the reason why I'm back on my bullshit listening to Ethel Cain again in the old 2026 and like going back through is that, let me see here. Let me go to Ethel Cain's page here. As we're recording this, I believe it was specifically on Trans Day of Visibility. Ethel Cain posts a couple of photos on her Instagram, and it's her like kind of like laying down, like splayed out on a bed, like with this like kind of like corset. Adam has fucked off to the nether realm.
I'm right here. I'm listening.
I hear you. I need you to sit down for this because I want to see your reaction to this. So, as I mentioned, Ethel Cain is trans. So you go onto Ethel Cain's page and you see this post, and it says when you click into it, it's blurry, and it says this post has been like kind of blurred out for blah blah blah, and you can be like, okay, and then you click see post, and the first post in this series of 5 photos is Ethel Cain splayed out on her bed with this like white corset thing on, and her like stuff, her pre-op stuff just kind of like out, and it's like, okay. Yeah. And then you scroll through and it's kind of like more like less explicit, and then the fourth picture she hits you with it again, and I was like, you know what, slay, fucking go off, yes, let's go. And so and again, it was Trans Day of Visibility, and so it was kind of a good reminder to support trans artists, and so I listened to Willoughby Tucker again and have been playing Fuck Me Eyes as part of a cycle of songs I've been listening to since. So yeah, I'm not gonna say go seek it out unless you are of, you know, a particular age, but nobody's gonna listen to me. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's just like you like, if you are monitored by adult figures that could get you in trouble looking at it, but I as an adult who is very gay, and loves other trans girls, let me be clear, it was a good moment for me personally. So yeah, go listen to Ethel Cain, go listen to Willoughby Tucker, and go listen to Fuck Me Eyes. It's great music. But I just had to tell that story because I was like, you could do that?
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know you could post shit like that on Instagram.
I didn't know you could do that at all. But now that I found
it's just got like a. Have you looked at it? Have you?
I mean, I'm going to do the same thing that you did, and I'm going to like it.
Good. Yeah, I liked it. Goddamn, of course I liked it.
It's very artistic.
It is. That's what it's like. It's. Some of the people are freaking the fuck out about it, and it's just like.
Oh yeah, I went to the no place and searched the name. They're not doing fine.
No, of course not. They're not doing okay. And it's just like, you've never been to a museum. You've never seen an artful nude in your life. Like that's not even. It's not even a nude. It's just like they can't handle
presentation.
They can't. You know what? They can't handle presentation. Let's be clear.
That was well done.
It was.
All right, I have to listen to this. artists now.
You do. You really do. I think you'd like it. It's very broody and like it's good. You'll like it, I think.
Sure. My favorite thing in life.
You will like her music.
Hell yeah.
What do you got? You said you were listening to a thing. You were listening to Youngblood Hawk, which that's a name I haven't heard in a while, but I like that song.
Yeah, I like that song. I was reminded the other day when just out of the blue on a playlist came up a song by Walk the Moon. Okay. And it was like, hey, we saw Walk the Moon. But not only we see Walk the Moon, we saw Youngblood Hawk at the same time opening for Panic at the Disco.
Okay.
12 years ago.
Okay.
And this is such a stupid boppy song. There is no reason, based off my prior complaints and atomisms, that I should listen to this song. However,
Adam, before you say any more, can I just say,
oh no,
boldly, effusively, I fucking hate you. Continue.
It's got a great whoa moment.
It does have a great whoa moment.
Really does.
It's a really good. I like that song a lot. I'm not you. So
right. I think it's a good. It's not like Baby's First Rebellion, but it kind of is. Like it really is one of those songs that's so poppy and like wants to be an inspiring thing that it wants you to like get up and get out there kind of thing, or like it wants the character of the song to get up there. But it's so fun, and I fucking love his voice. It is that perfect kind of tenor thing where there's like no level below what a perfect tenor would be, and he just kind of nails it. And I'm like, hell yeah. It's fun. I mean, it's fun, and it's one of those songs that just takes me back to a moment, right? Like having that tour was a welcome addition to find a different artist, right? I think that's what most people are scared of when they find out openers exist, and they're like, what kind of shit am I going to have to listen to? But then you're like, oh no, this is pretty pleasant. Okay.
Yeah.
I wish that they would have had more of a moment, and I don't mean disrespect. I wish they would have had more of a moment than Walk the Moon did. Shut Up and Dance is great. Shut Up and Dance was played at my wedding, not as like a significant moment of it, but it was played there because of this same concert. But like, I wish that Youngblood Hawk had more of a moment.
Yeah, I agree. Because their last album was that album, right? It was like in 2013. They haven't had albums since then, as far as I'm aware.
I can't recall. Like, I know that was definitely a big one. I think they had one that came out a few years later that had maybe one kind of cool banger on it. Oh shit, never mind. Not a few years later. They had one come out in 2013, and then they had one come out in 2020.
Oh wow, I didn't know about the 2013 was Wake Up. That was the one where Week I'm Running is from.
Yes.
But yeah, I didn't know about the 2020 one. I'd have to check it out. It's not on Apple Music, I'll tell you that much, as far as I can tell.
Well, and they really liked We Come Running because that was on their 2020 like self-titled album, and then they were just like, "Fuck it, do it again. We got a good one.
Run it back." There's another song on Wake Up, which is that 2013 album. So We Come Running is on that album, but their song Sleepless Streets. That's another song I really like by them. Sleepless Streets is really good.
Like it's sad that some bands just can't get a lift off. Like,
yeah, I just can't sustain that like popularity because I don't know how popular they were at the time, but I remember hearing them at least. I really like their stuff. Like,
sure,
just kind of disappeared. Yeah,
good stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
and yeah, good stuff. You can check out those songs and all of the other songs that are in these that we've talked about on Soundsystem so far. We have playlists on YouTube and Apple Music, so you can check those out. The links are going to be in the description if you want to check it out. It's a really weird fucking playlist. if I can take a second here and walk you through the songs that are on here. So it starts with the song Soundsystem by Operation Ivy, which if you've never heard that song before, yes, you have. It is the song that is used as the primary base for the segue into this segment. It's a ska song, so is Op Ivy. Really great song. We've got Salt in the Sea by the Lumineers and Midwest Swing by Saint Lunatics after that. So those are our Christmas episode picks. Then we had our 2025 recap episode where I added Wristwatch by Thesaurus Rex and French Class by Half Noise and Holy Roller by The Format. And Adam added New Noise by Refused and Sally's Song by Catherine O'Hara from Night Before Christmas. Last week, Adam added Colorado Sunrise by 303. I added ISO by King New. And then, of course, I've added Fuck Me Eyes by Ethel Cain. And Adam has added We Come Running by Youngblood Hawk. So it's a very, very, very strange playlist. And you can check it out by going to one of the links in our description. So please head on over there. We've done the work for you. I know somebody is going to want to make that playlist. It's already made for you. So go check it out.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. Like I said, next week we will be back and we will be talking we will be getting into the songs themselves, and we're going to be tackling the combo of The End and Dead, which begin the Black Parade. And I'm very excited about that. I probably won't be wearing a MyCam t-shirt next week, but I did want to represent today.
Yeah.
I'll probably be wearing a MyCam at some point next year. I almost guarantee that, but
probably.
Whatever. Adam, this is your first time introducing the podcast, which means it has to be your first time outroing the podcast. Are you ready for that?
Fuck no, let's do it.
Fuck no, it's easier than the intro, I'll tell you that much.
It is a little bit. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you keep it all together.
Can I tell you? The three things that help me keep it all together. I'm hot, I'm smart, and I'm hot.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Math is mathin'.
Math is mathin'. Well, before, and just another reminder, atthediscopod@gmail.com, Instagram, Sad Kids Record Society. Review the podcast and all of the places you can review the podcast, and tell a friend and have them do it too, please.
Oh, yeah.
That would be very helpful.
Post it in your Instagram notes, please.
Yeah. And your stories. And your pages.
Well, if I do declare.
Well, if I do declare, if we get desperate enough, maybe we'll give you permission to post it on Reddit. But we're not there yet.
No,
we're not there yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
I declare this meeting of the Sad Kids Record Society closed. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. What was that?
Get out.
Close contact juggling.
We're done.
Go on, get out of here. Get on.
Stop it.
I said we don't want you anymore. Go on.
Good day.
You stole fizzy lifting drinks.
I said good day.
Did I listen to pop music because I was miserable? Or was I miserable because I listened to pop music?
I am your host, Adam, and I'm listening to The Black Parade by My Chemical Romance.
No.
It's the beginning of the season.
Well, we're not doing that. It's a whole fucking separate segment of the fucking show. Well, we're going to talk about that, and then because we're already fucking, then we're going to talk about all of the goddamn songs. Pick a different song.
I'll pick a different song. Give me. I just started a song. All right.
God.
Let's start all over here.